housing to veterans through government-backed programs. Proven model helps reduce vacancy risk, stabilize cash flow, and align your real estate portfolio with purpose. Join the Housing America's Heroes Investor Masterclass, a live virtual training designed to show you how to do this the right way. Join us this Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Central. The registration link will be posted in the comments. Housing America's Heroes, where purpose meets profit.
Oh, hello there. And welcome back to another edition of Boots on the Ground. Oh my, and it's telling me that I'm having trouble streaming on LinkedIn. Well, we're just going to stream where we are streaming, why don't we? On YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. And I want to welcome you all here today. My name is Yvette Jones Swanson, and I am the Veterans Homeless Housing Advocate, Realtor, professional services in the GovCon space, consultant. I mean, I don't even know all the titles to tell you all what I do and have been doing for the past 25 odd years in the government space where it comes to housing homeless veterans. So today I was interviewed by the president, and that's why I have two logos back here, by the president of SDVOB Elite of Illinois. And I was interviewed last week as well by another national platform. And because of what I've done over 25 years is so complicated in the realtor space, in the investment space, that nobody knows how to put these components together to effectively house a homeless veteran with benefits. Hey, Miss Penelope Page, Air Force, welcome in, and good evening to you too. Thanks for being here. So this interview today, and I looked at the questions because I had to, compose the questions so that Dr. Jerry Bell, the president of SDVOB Elite Chicago, Illinois Network, could interview me. And I said, every question is going to come with a long, drawn out description, really, because I don't even know the words to how should I say, to guide anybody to doing what I do if I don't break it down in segmented pieces, because there's so many pieces and so many variables to veterans homeless housing. So today topic is well, I have a few words written down because I was going to talk about a few things, but I'm going to stay on just one topic. So I guess we'll talk about community support and how can the community help support veterans who are homeless or who are at risk of being homeless. So that's going to be today's topic. How can you support our homeless veterans in our community as a investor, as a realtor, as a community leader, as somebody who says, well, Yvette, I want to house homeless veterans. And then they just leave the conversation right there for me to fill their brain. So what I did was I wrote a whole lot of books so y'all can start learning exactly the some of the framework in what goes into housing homeless veterans. I offer a master class every week where I talk about one of these models. So the master class that I'm offering now is to talk about the second model in my ecosystem, in the VetMentors ecosystem. The first model is what a lot of people are talking about today. And that first model is shared living, co-living, whatever y'all want to call it. But in the veterans community, this is it. It's shared living. And this book walks you through how to set up your shared living model. And the reason um, nobody knows really how to house homeless veterans, but the reason I wrote that book is to give you all a foundation of how it could look in the housing opportunities that you are creating and developing for your community. And I say for your community because this is not a one-stop shop where I see a lot of and I see a lot of providers offering housing, and it has become the veterans one stop, only stop. They will not go further. And in some cases, and I do talk about one of those models, a couple of those models in the book, and that's for senior veterans and veterans who are disabled, and that will be their last home that they live in. Well, good evening, Rochelle Hemingway. And so that model is conducive for veterans who have no other place to go. But for veterans who have some place to go, and even before they get to your model, they've come to you with resources. I teach you how to go find the resources, and you can go find your own veterans who will be able to use those resources in the model that you are creating for your community. Now, let's get back to why I said community. I have on new glasses. I could see, but the light is glaring, so I didn't like that coming off like that. So I said community because that's what you're building. You're building a model not just for your bank account, but you're building a model to help veterans move from your veteran shared living model from your home to your next real estate endeavor, to your next real estate property, to your next real estate um, housing unit that's in your real estate portfolio. That's the difference. That's the difference. And the reason I talk about it this way, and for those of you who may not be a veteran, you may not understand what I'm about to say. You may be a veteran and you still may not understand what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway because this is the platform I teach on how to house homeless veterans effectively using the benefits and resources we already have in our community. You don't have to go out and get veterans who um, who have to pay for themselves. I mean, you can if that's your model. I'm not knocking anybody's model. As a matter of fact, I congratulate these entrepreneurs who have found models that they're comfortable with, and they found the right tenants, or not the right tenants, but the right program participants or residents to live in their housing model. I congratulate them. They're making, saving lives and making money. They're saving their own lives and they're saving the lives of others. I'm talking about veterans and the benefits that veterans have specifically. That's what I'm talking about. Anybody else? I don't know. I get some phone calls, I get text messages to say, hey, my relative isn't a veteran, but he still needs help. I can do, a surface check and see what resources are out there for them. But when I'm talking about veterans, I'm talking about veterans benefits and how veterans can benefit, use the resources in our community for housing, for transitional housing through the SSVF organizations to the rental housing, and that's through HUD VASH. And that's the master class I am teaching on this coming Thursday. I'm going to go get the link and drop the link in over here on YouTube and Facebook. As a veteran, not as a veteran, as I'm also a veteran. Um, as a realtor, okay, here's the link. Here is the link to the master class on February, FEBRUA, February 26, 2026. Okay, let me drop that right there. Okay, so as a veteran, we get benefits. We can apply for benefits. Yeah, sometimes it may take a while, but we can apply for them. And if we are approved for them, then we can use them. Now, how do you get approved for homeless benefit? Well, first of all, veteran, you have to be homeless. Now, I would suggest you go to homeless walk-in at your nearest VA or your CRRC office. That's the Community Resource and Referral Center. Connect to your VA, your local VA, or down the street. Our CRRC was down the street. That's why I conducted all of my workshops after I left the VA. Went there, then to the vet centers. So go there to their homeless walk-in. That's your first stop. Your homeless walk-in. Keep going to your homeless walk-in every day. Every day if you have to. Go there from the time they open to the time they close. Just go and stay until they find a resource for you. Go. You're homeless. What else do you have to do? Where else are you going? So you go and you sit your butt in homeless walk-in and you stay in homeless walk-in until they find some resources for you. The resources are out there. Now, what those social workers tendency of doing is taking the intake to see if you qualify for what they have available in homeless walk-in. And what's normally available is HUD VASH to be put on a list. And then you have over here. Unless the social worker finds an agency within the SSVF organizations and do a referral for you. But you're still homeless. There's still referrals out there. There's still resources out there. You're still going to be homeless until you get into the system and until somebody says you are approved. Now, for you operators out there who are saying, I want to do homeless veterans housing, this is how you get the ball rolling. This is how you get the ball rolling. Because these organizations, even outside of homeless walk-in, forget about the hospital homeless walk-in. Because unless you are in a city where they just do a phenomenal job, then wonderful. But typically you're not in a place where they're going to do a wonderful job. So back to you providers. This is where this education comes in for you. Because as you see, On the government side, and I've been on the government side of housing. I was inside the VA. I was in the meetings, the planning meetings, the creating process meetings, just all the meetings. And one thing I found to realize is they don't know because they're not in the community. They're not the providers. They're not the other organizations that receive the funding. They are thinking about what they have in their 30 folders or 40 folders in front of them. Those are all of the veterans that are on their caseloads. How am I going to get them housed when they get their HUD-VASH voucher? How? Even before that, before they even get the caseload, you can have access to each and every one of those homeless vouchers, homeless veterans when they get their voucher. That's what I teach you in my class. That's what I've been doing behind the scenes before y'all ever met me, is housing homeless veterans as a realtor inside the VA. Yeah. How many realtors can say that? I was conducting workshops at the VA, at the vet centers, at Chicago City colleges, at the correctional facilities, at the municipalities, meeting homeless veterans and veterans who are in need of housing, and investors who wanted to house these homeless veterans. So I was the bridge from the VA to the investor. Straight shot. No roadblocks, no red tape, just straight access. I was that bridge and still am. And that's what I'm here to teach you all in my master class, how you can be that bridge for your community, how you can set up veterans housing in your real estate portfolio using guaranteed funds from the government. Housing a homeless veteran from, wait a second, from your veteran shared living model, and then they feed right into your rental unit. Hold on, let me get that book. Hold on. Okay. Right into your rental units. One moment. Okay. So you have your veteran shared living model. This is government funding. And I've got my green folder that shows over $1.8 billion in this money to house these veterans here alone. And then I'm talking to investors right now. I'm talking to realtors right now. If you say you want to house homeless veterans and you are an investor, you have property, or you want to acquire property for this purpose because you want to house homeless veterans using the resources that we have in our community. I can't see without my glasses, so I'm going to have to double back and look at what you're writing. Let me see, because I'm nosy anyway. So you're skipping really bad. Oh, well, let me take this out. Maybe that's the problem. All right, let me see now. Can you hear me better when I took that out? Let me know, because I really want y'all to get this information. Hey, Jose, I'm bringing up what the community can do with this information. Oh man, I haven't been over here reading comments. Oh shucks. Thank you for covering veteran housing in real time. My pleasure. Incredible purpose behind this mission. Keep going. I get that so much. You keep going, you keep going, you keep going. We can all go together. And that's why I'm sitting here. That's why I'm here. So So the master class I have is this Thursday. And I'm talking to investors right now. And if you are an investor and you have property and you say, you know what, I want to house veterans in my rental units. I've got property. I want to learn how to house veterans the right way and use this money. Let me get paid some of this money from the government. Give me my money back and let the government pay the rent for these veterans. That's their benefit. Well, that's what I teach you how to go get. I teach you how to get it. I teach you where to go. I teach you how to get it. I teach you how to help these veterans with it in your rental unit. So if you are an investor, if you are a realtor, and you look at me and say, you a realtor and you've been housing homeless people? Yes, I have been housing homeless veterans for the over 22 years as a realtor. As a realtor. And my coach had to tell me, he said, Yvette, you know, you have made over $1 million. Multiples. I'm like, you know what? You're absolutely right. In a market that nobody wants to deal with because you're talking about homeless people. But I'm talking to the investors who have properties that want you all want guaranteed rents every single month. You want to work in a population that you know you are helping somebody. You're helping veterans who helped you. Veterans become homeless in a lot of different ways. I was a homeless female veteran. I became homeless um, because I was in a bad marriage and I kept running away. And I would go to the VA, and the VA never helped me. They they didn't have an intake to say, oh, maybe we can put you here, maybe we can put you there. No, none of that. No benefits at all. None. So today, and I was going to do the math on that. That was back in 1987 to 1993. So this is 2006. I can't even do the math on that. So all of those years, and I'm still talking about housing homeless veterans, even though I'm no longer in that population, but I was from 1987 to 1993. And guess what I see in today's population? The same thing. Because we don't have the knowledge base in our community on how we get all these homeless veterans. And we've got $5 billion circulating in our community, plus HUD VASH. The Section 8, yeah, the Section 8 for veterans. That's in our community too. But you don't know how to use it. And because you don't know how to use it, or because you ignore the problem, it's just a situation of housing. The veterans already have the benefits in hand. Your rent will be paid on a monthly basis, investor. And for you realtors, I've been housing and been getting awards. Then I'm going to come back and share something else with you. So, you realtors, I want y'all to see this. Which one is it? Okay. So, this award, I wish I had a picture to pull up. Man, I'm going to have to put a picture up here next time. This award was given to me by the Main Street Organization of Realtors. And this award was given to me by the president. This is the president's award. And I was awarded this in 2025. For what? For outstanding service dedicated to Illinois, something, something, something. I can't see without my glasses. Main Street Organization of Realtors. See that? The President's Award. I am a realtor. And they gave me this award. I'm a realtor housing homeless veterans. You gave me an award, so that means you know exactly what I do. So why don't other realtors know about this? The book is right here. I wrote the book. The book has been approved, and my class was approved by the Illinois Department of IDF-PR to teach the class. It was approved. Now, I'm going to stop there for now. I got another award by the state, Illinois Department of Veteran Affairs. For what? My outstanding work in the community housing homeless veterans. And not only that, I also educate. So I've been educating the community for 25 years here in the Chicagoland area at the VA. I'm not an employee. I've never been an employee. I'm a realtor. And I've taken upon myself to learn everything I can because I was there on the government side hold on, as they call it. That's my badge. This is my badge. It expired June 2025 as a volunteer. So I would take my profession as a realtor and as a strategist in veterans homeless housing to veterans home ownership, investing, and business owner. That's what I did. So now, thank you for the hearts. So now, y'all here, you can meet me. I'm right here, and I come live now 3 days a week. On I try to get live on. I used to go live every day, and then I got a coach, and he said no, no, no. So I go live 3 days a week to bring this information to you and to invite you to join my masterclass. And my masterclass is for investors. Those who say, I want to house homeless veterans and I want to rent, that's fine. This is what the masterclass will teach you how to do. It teaches you where are these veterans? Where do I get the money from? How do I need to set my place up? And not only that, this ecosystem that I've created using all of our benefits, from homeless, because the book is already out. It's in my bio. It's on Amazon if you just want to take a screenshot and go straight to Amazon and get it. It's the Veterans Buying Guide, not the buying guide. The buying guide is right here. A guide to veteran shared living models. So this teaches you, what do I need to do to set up a veteran shared living model? Okay, good. Don't go out buying a place yet. Just wait. just wait a minute, because the way I teach you, you're getting the money from these organizations that have the money in our community. And it's billions of dollars that nobody is talking about. But guys, that's how I've been getting paid all these years as a realtor, because I know where the money is. I know where the veterans are who need to use that money. Those agencies will call me and say that I've got 10 veterans using this benefit right here. We need housing for them. Okay, no problem. What kind of housing do you need? Is it emergency? Is it transitional? You need permanent? What you need? So now I go into the community of those veteran shared living owners, and I'm like, hey, how many rooms you got? What you got? My investors, I keep a list from studio all the way up to 7 bedrooms. Now I don't do it now because I'm training you guys how to do it. But for 25 years, that's why I get awards, not only from the state or from the real estate organizations, but also from the governor. Is he the governor? See the governor? No, that's the senator. I sit on an executive board of directors for veteran business owners, and that's what y'all see back here. I'm an executive board member on that board of the Elite SDVOB, Service Disabled Veteran Owned Business Network. and our network is here in Illinois. So I show you from lifelong experience of how to house veterans using the government. This is like the low level getting into government contracting, but that's where I take you to. That's where I take you and your real estate to. I was on 3 Sole Source Awards last year for a 40 unit, I think it was a 60 unit, and an 8 unit. Were the SSVF organizations that were applying for the grant for those 3 states. If they were awarded, then they would have had the single sole source awards. Sole source awards. I'm talking, y'all. This is where I take you to in your real estate. And I don't like talking like this um, because I don't want to make it difficult or sound difficult for anybody who just wants to get into veterans housing and then go to the next stage. So, but that's where I take you. I take you to becoming one of those sole source awardees for your real estate and your programs that you have in your city, in your community, and not just in one property. So your properties for shared living for veterans, that's just one piece of your real estate empire. Your next real estate empire comes in your rental units. And that's a whole nother share of funding from the federal government. And that's where I teach realtors how to help their investors in the community understand how this model works. And I also have a master class to teach investors and realtors. And that's this Thursday. So the link here thank you for the hearts. I got to put on my glasses so I can read. The link to that master class is in the bio in my link tree links. And the link to that master class is over here on Facebook and YouTube in the comment section. Yeah, I put it in the comment section. I'll put a star on that. Let me see what I have to read. Purchasing the book, you said Amazon, correct? Yeah, just you can go to my link up there in my link and then go to all right, I'm gonna come over here and reach out. Go to then go to what you call that link tree and get I got a whole lot of books in there. Get this one, A Guide to Veteran Shared Living Models. And then take a picture, hold in the book because I do have, I don't even count how many are in the group right now who are learning and who are building their models so that they can get into alignment with these organizations that have received the funding. What I teach you is not what you all see on social media. Yeah, I teach you from the government side of things, from B to G, B to G. That's what I teach you. So you're the business, and then you're going to the government. So you're doing business to the government. Yeah. So I teach you B to G. I've been B to G for the past 25 years, making money that nobody knew. Oh, we can get that kind of money. And the government is paying that kind of money for veterans to be housed, and you are a realtor making that money. My realtor colleagues never knew I'm like, I tried to teach y'all, but nobody wanted to listen. Nobody wanted to listen. So this Thursday is my master class. So take the class. If you are an investor, you have properties that you are ready. I got properties, Yvette, and I'm ready to get them rented to veterans. That's my master class. Identify main problem. The main problem, let me tell y'all something. The main problem in our community is the lack of knowledge. It's the lack of knowledge. And it's a business thing. It's not a race thing. It's not, I mean, you are an investor and you have properties that's just sitting up there because you don't know. Hey, thanks for joining my club. You don't know where the money is. That's the only problem. And then you're working with the realtor who doesn't know how to work with the vouchers either, nor know how to go and find these veterans with these vouchers. I did that 25 years, housing homeless veterans, using all of this money in the community when my realtor colleagues were talking about, I got to go get a job, Yvette. I'm like, okay, well, have at it. As a realtor, I remember one of my colleagues saying Halliburton. I love that name. That was the first time I had ever heard that name. Then I met the, not in person, but on Netflix, the Halliburton basketball guy. Oh man. So anyway, she said, Yvette, I remember you telling me you only work 9 to 5. How can you do that and you a full-time realtor? I'm like, those are my hours. I work 9 to 5. Why? And only Monday through Friday. Why should I work outside of the hours of those who are working within those set hours? Should I say that again? Put it this way, why should I work at 7 or 8 o'clock p.m. and there are no social workers in the office? There are no case managers in the office. Why am I working at 7 o'clock? The management companies are closed. The investors are gone. Their office is closed for the day. What? I work when my clients work. My client is the government and all the organizations that receive the government's money. So they work from 8 to 4 or 9 to 5. I just started at 9 o'clock because I wanted the 8 o'clock people to get in and get settled. And then they'll start seeing my emails. I get off at 5 just in case, there's a social worker case manager who's working after 4. So I worked from 9 to 5 for hours. And I was a single mom raising 2 children. And we had the perfect schedule. But my realtor colleagues, and that's why I wrote a book for y'all to go learn to do what I do, working with the government's money to pay your commission. Join my master class this Thursday and find out, how to work in this stage. And this is the second stage of veterans homeless housing. The first stage is to learn the foundation, learn what you can do, learn how to set up your program, join my private group, and everybody cannot be in my private group because you're going to have work to do. I'm not the answer to your questions. I'm going to show you how to find the answers to all of your questions because you need to run your business. And this is just your first model, your veteran shared living, which is temporary. And why do I say it's temporary? Well, because it should be. You have veterans who are capable and who want to live better lives. So, as a veteran, I'm a veteran and I have benefits. I don't know if y'all saw my video, but my hair is a prosthetic, it's a wig. And this is a benefit that was awarded to me by the VA because of my hair thinning. We can get that, men and women. It's our benefit. We get 2 a year, made however we want it, the color, the style, everything. And then, oh, that's a benefit. We get benefits from, hold on, let me grab my money green folder. The veterans. And is it going to be easy? Did somebody just ask me that? Did I just hear that? Did I? Because no, it's not easy. Ain't none of this easy. Ain't none of it easy, but I make it easier for you to navigate because I love talking about it. I love teaching these models. And nobody, they like, oh, I had two interviews in 2 weeks. One interview was maybe like for almost 3 hours. And they were so confused. I'm like, look, I don't know what to tell you. So then I just gave them the steps that I have right there. But this is how it is. And this is, the web that has been woven, but it's easy to I'm not gonna say that. Let me say it's easy for me to see and to show you the way. Now, each of those steps in going the way, all of those steps have to be carried out. So each model has a series of steps and processes and procedures. But once you make those initial connections, peace, y'all, you can do any type of housing you want to do within this veterans homeless community. I've taken veterans from homelessness to a transitional housing to rental housing to becoming homeowners, investors, and business owners. And that's the model that I teach you all how to do in your veteran shared livings. First, you start off there in your veteran shared living model. Then I teach you how to help that veteran progress on in life through your real estate portfolio. Yeah. So this Thursday, I will be teaching step two of the model. Step one is already go get the book. Step one, you have to start somewhere. If you already have real estate and you say, okay, Yvette, I don't have time because I'm working. So what I'm going to do is just rent out my my piece of real estate. I just want to rent it out. Okay, that's fine. This is where you need to be in stage two. In stage two. And then once you are learning these organizations, you're learning these organizations because they're in everybody's state. Once then you can say, okay, what's the need? What else? What other problem can I solve with housing a homeless veteran? They're going to tell you, well, you know what? We really need this. All right. And that's going to be the problem you solve. But you got to start somewhere. And that's one of the phases, that's one of the steps. And that's the part that, I think a lot of people in business or those who say they want to be in business, that's the thing. Because if you're in business, you're going to find ways to continue your business to go and to grow. I've been doing what I'm doing now, housing homeless veterans, for 25 years. 25 years and have made a substantial income doing it as a realtor and as a consultant and as an educator. So now I'm here to share that knowledge with you all in my master class and in my publications and in my group. And I'm not even finished. I just got here in the public sharing. So now what I'm doing, my team and I, we're setting up not programs, but the background so that I can be here more often because I want to do not want to do, but I am going to do more intensive classes, more classes where once the community grows, we'll be able to tap into more education. Because without knowing how to house these homeless veterans, you're not going to do it. You're going to give up because a lot of doors are going to be slammed in your face, and you're going to be like, "Oh, they don't want help. They don't want my help. I told them I have places for veterans to go. I told them I have housing, but they don't call me back." And That's going to become your frustration simply because you don't know who to go to. I've seen it. I have seen it. I was at the VA for a lot of years. And for a lot of years, they would call me and say, okay, that so and so called and he said he has some property that he wants to rent to veterans. I'm like, okay, let me talk to him and fill him out. Now they have this system where you put in your address and all the details about your unit. And then they'll call me because I have clients in Texas. I've got clients in Georgia. And they'll call me and say, Yvette, and then I even did it for my client in Texas. I said, okay, you do it and I'm going to do it. This is like the tester. Entered all the address and everything. This property is ready. I'm like, okay, I'm putting in my phone number and you put in your phone number. And let's see who gets contacted. We never got contacted. We never got contacted. So now you are an investor and you're just like, oh, they don't want to work. They then forget it. I'm just gonna rent my place to the open market. Forget these veterans and working with the VA because it's too much. It's too much. Okay, well, that's because you did not know where to go. It's just as simple. But when I break it down for you, now the master class is the prerequisite for you coming into the intensive class, which is a 4 hour half day class. But the I stay on for maybe an hour longer um, than scheduled because I want you to get all that you can get because you're going to need it to help those veterans in your community. I want to thank y'all for watching. My name is Yvette Jones Swanson, and I am the National Veterans Homeless Housing Advocate. And I am also the subject matter expert and writer for Mission Roll Call for homeless veterans housing and initiatives. I also wrote a housing bill. And if this housing bill is passed, then it's going to all 50 states because what's happening, and it'll make it easier for you investors too. And it'll make it so much easier for veterans with vouchers and veterans with other funding for housing. Because if you ask me, and everybody knows, because everybody hears the news, we have homeless veterans. But if you ask me, why do we have homeless veterans? I want somebody to ask me that question, and also drop in the comments where you guys are watching me from, your city and state, and if you are an investor, I want you to go and register for Thursday's masterclass. The reason we have so many homeless veterans is because nobody is connecting the resources to the veteran. Nobody, 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 nobody. When a veteran goes in and says, I'm a homeless veteran, we've got resources for that. When a veteran goes in and say, I'm a homeless veteran, and they get approved for HUD VASH, for that old Section 8 voucher, that's your resource. That's one of your housing benefits. Where's the breakdown? In the community, with providers and realtors who are not educated on working with that population or working with that financial instruments. hmm So now you have a homeless veteran with the voucher. That's a breakdown. That's a breakdown. So I teach you how to eliminate those roadblocks for your brain, first of all, and eliminate those roadblocks for those veterans with the financial capabilities of renting because the government is paying the rent for them. So why not be that integral part in the community who is doing well while doing something good? Because they're going to pay you. Nobody's ever asking you to house a homeless veteran for free when there's billions of dollars in our homeless veterans community. So please go to my bio and register for this Thursday's masterclass over here on TikTok and over here on Facebook and YouTube. And if you are an investor and you have, or if you are a realtor and you work with investors, and you said, I've always wanted to learn how to work with veterans. Well, this is one way, all the ways. I show you all the ways. But this masterclass is to show you how to work with veterans in our community with the HUD VASH voucher. Yes. So thank y'all for watching. I know I have some more to do this evening. All right. Okay. So I want y'all. Let me see. Let me see. Michael Shard, Miss Shardy B. Thank you for the rose and everything. Purchasing the book, and you said, yeah, Amazon is cool. Kareem Lewis Houston, hey there. Oh, didn't we just talk? There we go. Now I can hear you. Oh, good. Because I thought I was being fancy. Having on my, I should take these back because these are the Apple devices. They should be able to take those back. I don't want no beats. Penelope, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Keep reading, keep highlighting, and as I get more of my platform set up, then we'll have more engagement. I was speaking with one of the oh, hold on, I can't see. I think you saw me just take off my glasses. Good. Hey, LaBelle Creole. Thank you for joining tonight. I did wash and condition my hair last night too, and then I rebraided it. Um, let me see. Penelope Page in our group, Kazia, she helped me so much. Oh my God. She helped me so much. So now we have merchandise. Oh, I could put that merchandise link here in the group. I need to send that merchandise link to, oh, let me find it. Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh my gosh, she helped me so much. That's why I love being in a group setting. So new. I did like it. I really did. I had, and I'll tell you something that I noticed about it, about my shampoo. Hold on a second. Let me finish this and then I'll come over there and stay. So I got the new merchandise store that Kazia helped me with. And then for the next platform to have more educational um, opportunities, she's going to help me set up a school because I like teaching. I said today, and I did send out 2 proposals to come back into the community, but not at the VA, not at the vet centers, but inside the municipalities. So I have 3 proposals. 2 I already sent out to 2 municipalities. The third one I'm finishing up tonight to bring veterans housing and resources into the community. So, and that's another thing that I have that I'm documenting and will be able to share with community members who are going into the community to do veteran shared living models, to do their rentals, to do their fix and flips or home buying models. So, and I also have to teach veterans. That's how I met all of my veteran clients is by being in the community conducting these resource workshops and resource fairs. You know how many veterans I can show you because I take a lot of pictures. Good evening. Do you work with individuals looking to open? Here's the book. No, I work. Here's the book. Go to my bio and get this book right here. Yep. Thank you. Thanks, LaBelle. Yeah, go get the book. And then I have the community that we do meet in during the trainings and stuff. I was forget what I was telling y'all. I forget what I was saying. But anyway, I'm just oh yeah, Kazia helping me with the setting up the school. Oh, and going into the community. And also I'm remembering now. So these are on this page right here. 5 of these families were homeless. And then I took them through the whole ecosystem. Some of them didn't have to go to veteran shared living models or transitional homes. Some of them went from homeless into HUD-VASH rentals or using any of this funding that's in the community, this over $5 billion. And every year, organizations are awarded this money to use. But if they don't have the veterans to use it on or the housing to put the veterans in, then that's where the breakdown comes. So I show you how to connect with these organizations for the funding. And then the next funding pool is my stage 2. And that's what the master class is on this Thursday. And then I teach you in a 4-hour intensive if you choose to go that far. But if you're talking about you want to do veterans housing, don't just stop at a single house with a bed. You can have 10 houses with a bed. But I teach you how to really change the veterans' life forever and change their families' lives. Because some of these veterans have never owned before. But if you stick them in a bed or keep them in a rental forever, then they'll never be able to experience level 3. And that's home ownership. And all of this is done through veterans benefits. And that's what I teach you how to do. I'm that GovCon, the government contractor in veterans homeless housing. Yeah, so now I'm bringing it to the public. I've been business to government for 25 years, and now I'm sharing all of my secrets on how I've been able to sustain a business for that long as a solopreneur. I'm just teaching you what I know. I didn't even tell y'all about this money. But it's over $5 billion in our community just waiting to be used. We have a member in our community from uh, Richmond, Virginia. Oh my God. I can't wait till we have our next meeting because I want to hear all about it, Mr. Joel Wallace. I want to hear all about it. I want to hear all about every provider who has everyone who has read my books, this book right here, and any of my books. I want you to go to Amazon and write a review about it. And thank y'all for being here. I didn't know what I was going to do after um, leaving the VA and leaving the vet centers. Um, I didn't leave the municipalities. I just hadn't been conducting workshops within the municipalities. So I'll be going back into the municipalities to do to do work in the homeless veterans community and the veterans community in housing, because we have veterans who don't know they can be tax exempt. We have veterans who don't know they can use their VA loan again. We have veterans who have never used their VA loan. We have veterans in our community who are not service connected and don't know how to get service connected. We have veterans in our community who are renting apartments and don't know how to submit claims for disabilities. I mean, we have veterans all throughout the entire veterans who are dying every day who didn't even have life insurance. Veterans who died who owned a house and couldn't even transfer the house because they didn't have a transfer on death instrument. I mean, so this is what the workshops that I've been conducting with my team of professionals over 25 years. So I started by myself and I'm like, "Ooh, this is huge. I need some people." So let me see, what did y'all say? The book is very informative. Thank you, Kia Smith. Kia, please write a review on Amazon and take a picture holding the book and email it to me. My email address is in the book because we're growing this. I want y'all to know everything I know, everything, because our veterans community, they need it so badly. They need it. And you're in my group, you're going to receive emails when the workshops are and where they're going to be. So if you ever want to come, and I might even have them, let me see. I don't know if they'll even, I don't even know if I want to do that. Record them live and stream them. We got to see. I couldn't do it while I was inside the VA because we could not do that. And then everybody has to sign a release for video. And it was just real like, so I would take little clips here and there and pictures when they'll be like, "Okay, that I don't mind." But inside the municipalities and in my contract that I wrote, my proposal that I wrote for them, that we will be able to take some pictures and some videos. But for my providers, if you all ever want to come to a workshop when I start hosting those here in the Chicago, might even go to Indiana. They've been asking me for years, Yvette, when are you coming to Indiana? I'm like, oh, I got enough in the vet centers and in the VA hospital. That was a lot of work, y'all. And in the city colleges and in the municipal federal prison and Cook County jail. And I'm like, that was a lot of work, y'all. So now I'm not doing that anymore. I'm teaching y'all how to do it. And I want to tell y'all everything. But in order for me to do that, y'all got to work with me. Get the books, join the master class, pay for the master class because I can't be doing this for free. And then join the intensive, the 4-hour class. That's where you're really going to dig deep on how to use this model. Find somebody else who's teaching this like me. I don't even think so. Because that's why we have so many homeless veterans. We're in 40 different states now. 40 different states behind my head. I want to thank y'all for watching. Wait a second. Invite. I'm going to get off of here on Kim. I'm inviting you as a guest. I have Caregiving Small Business Guide has really blown my mind. Okay. Hey, I want to thank y'all for watching over here on YouTube and Facebook. LinkedIn didn't even get the live today. It's 325 of y'all over here. Thank y'all for being here once again. So make sure you go and register. I think I have. Yeah, I've got. See you tomorrow. All right, Penelope. Keep reading, girl. I'll see you later.
Across America, too many of our heroes return home only to face another battle, the fight for stable housing. Veterans are overrepresented in the homeless population, often caught in a system that is complex, slow, and full of barriers. At VetMentors, we're changing that narrative. For over 20 years, we've been boots on the ground, not just identifying the problem, but building real solutions. That's why we created the U.S. Military Veterans Educational and Resource Guide book series, a groundbreaking collection designed to educate, equip, and empower. These guidebooks are written not only for veterans, but also for the communities, organizations, and leaders who serve them. From step-by-step housing models to funding strategies, this series gives social workers, case managers, realtors, and first responders the tools they need to act with speed, dignity, and impact. VetMentors believes housing is not charity. It's a mission, a responsibility, and a pathway to restoring honor. Every guidebook in this series is a resource designed to make sure no veteran is left behind, and no community has to say, "We didn't know how to help." This is how we turn challenges into victories. I'm Yvette Jones Swanson, Army veteran, CEO of VetMentors LLC, and I invite you to join us in rewriting the story for America's veterans.